Hello everyone, it's Amy and I'm here with a video response for Darla G's 1000 Subby Flower Challenge, which ends March 1st, so that's tomorrow. But it's just a video challenge, so you still have the rest of today to get it done. And in this video we were supposed to show her flowers we made, and if we could, show her how to make them. So just to start with, I wanted to show you some small flowers that I've been making, like for flower centers or to add to projects. And on these flowers I've just been making the little gathered flowers and the rolled roses, one of the conch, however you say that, starts with a K flower, and then a bunch of little folded ribbon roses, just folding different ways and trying different techniques. And I saw these all over YouTube, not just one particular person, and kind of put my spin on them. So I just want to thank everyone who's put videos out there with all these nice small flowers. This is a rolled rose that I made out of satin, and I did like how they do the paper roses, and I cut it and then I burnt the edges with a lighter and then just rolled it the same way that they do, and I think that turned out pretty nice. So these are just some extras that I made for flower centers, not the one I'm going to show you how to make today. But and then also I wanted to show you that for filler, all the layering on flowers, I've been wanting to learn how to crochet, and my girlfriend came and showed me kind of how to start. And then I've been watching YouTube videos, and I have a book that's been showing me. But for the crocheting, Amy, Tutu Amy, has some really good crochet videos for beginners. So, but these are some things I've learned to crochet: some butterflies and hearts and different circles. And then I heard Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations say that she made her own pattern for a trim. So I wanted to have like some little spacing in my crochet. And so I tried this one myself and made it, and it turned out pretty good. Only problem is I don't know how I did it. I should have wrote it down. But and then Betsy Doodle, that's D, she made these little rosette kind of flowers out of yarn, and here I just like didn't quite pull it all together, and it looks a bit like a butterfly. And then this one I just trimmed the loops so that it would just be like frayed on the ends, and those would be really good, I think, to put as flower filler. So that's just some of the stuff I've been doing. But the one that I'm going to show you today is, I call it my butterfly flower. I haven't seen it on YouTube, but that doesn't mean someone hasn't done it before. I was trying to make butterflies out of hearts. It didn't work. And so I had these pieces, and trying to figure out what to do with them, I decided I'd put them together for a flower. And this is what I came up with. This is my first one. I hope my lighting is okay. And I just glimmer misted it after I put it together, and put one of my new little crocheted things there in a gathered ribbon for the center. And so that was the first one I made. And then I made this one. And this is some ribbon that I had, both of these, that was kind of stiff. Didn't know what to do with it, plus they were both like something I wouldn't use for anything else. And so it really works well for this. This one I made out of a burlap ribbon, and that burlap ribbon said Merry Christmas on it. So I don't think I would use orange for Christmas, but I got it on clearance for like 10 cents after Christmas. I think I got it at a secondhand store. And it worked really well for this. Whoops. And I just put a little crochet doily in there, some little burlap fringe, and a little burlap here. And I think that one turned out really pretty. And then this is the second time I've done this video. So the first time on the first video, I made this one with a little crochet and one of the little homemade flowers that I made for a center. And so I think that they turn out nice, and they're nice and dimensional. And so I'm going to show you how I do them. To start with, you need 8 large petals and 8 small petals, and the large ones are 2 inches and the small ones are 1 5/8. You could make them 1 1/2, whatever size you want. But what I do is I take a piece of the ribbon and fold it in half. I make sure that this ribbon is twice as long as the petal that I need, and I just made a little template, kind of a rectangle with the top carved off. Originally it was half of a heart. So, and I just fold it in half and then fold it in half again. I try and make sure that my fold is at the top, because then I cut that fold off and I don't have to worry about separating, because this will make 2 separate petals. and that the fold is at the left. That's where my little point's going to be. I do pin it down because I found when I just tried to hold it, it wanted to slip around. I put a little dot here right about where I want all my flower petals to start, just so that they're all close to each other. They don't have to be perfect. Flowers are not perfect. I go around and come out the other side at about that same spot. And there we have two of the small petals. Here I have one of the large ones again, folded in half and folded in half, and I have my little dot. And just cut that around there. And then come out about across from where the dot is. And there are two of the larger petals. Okay, now we need to put these together, and what we do is we fold them halfway to center, right to the center, and just put a little dot of hot glue right in the middle, bring this one over, this bottom point, and make it touch, and then just give that a press. Don't let it glue itself down to the front, because this is what's going to give you more lift in your flower. So there's one of the large petals, again, fold it over to the center, just past center, put a dot of glue on it, bring it over, press it, and so that makes 8 large petals. I already had 6 done. For the little one, same thing, bring it over to center, just make sure you don't cross that point, you don't want to see it there. Little dot of glue, bring this point over, and then press those together. If it sticks to the front, just pull it back and then give it a press. And the last one, little dot of glue, bring that one over to meet it. Oh, there it's stuck a little bit, so I'll pull it off. And there we go. Alrighty, so you need 8 small petals, and you need 8 large petals, and you need a circle, which I didn't cut. Probably about a 2-inch circle maybe. And if you start from a square, then start in the middle of this one side and just round yourself right towards the middle of the next side and just keep doing that. It actually winds up making really a nice circle, because they don't have to be totally perfect. I learned this by watching Fiona. I always wondered when she'd cut them, why do you cut a square and then you cut it into a circle? Because that makes it for a much nicer circle. Okay, so you take your circle, I'm going to put our small ones up here, and take your large petals, start on the outside edge, and press that down. Go straight across, begin on the outside edge, and press that down. Now we're going to go off straight across, or straight to the opposite, press that down. One more. And press that down. Alright, now we're going to do our next 4 large petals. We're going to come in just a little bit from where those were. And again, always go straight across. That keeps your petals even, instead of trying to go around and then you wind up with a big gap at the end, or too small of a gap at the end. So if you go across, it just makes it so much better. There we go. And then we're going to do our small ones. We're going to go in between 2 of the large ones that we just finished, and come in a little, and then go straight across. Come in a little between those 2. Now between the others, we're still going between the large ones, coming in a little bit. And the last spot that fits next to the large petals goes there. And now we have 4 more. With the last 4 small ones, we are going to go right to center. Start between 2 of the petals and go to the center. across and right to center. And then the last two. And all the way to center. And there we go. That's my butterfly flower. Didn't turn out looking like butterflies when I tried to cut the hearts, but it wound up making a really nice flower. It's got some dimension to it. And then you just pick a center and stick it in there. And then find yourself a little piece of bling or something to put in there, or maybe a little yellow flower. Anything. That's probably not how that one's going to stay, but yeah, so this is my butterfly flower. If anyone's made one like it, I apologize. I didn't, try and steal your pattern or anything. It was just something that I had scraps that I was trying to make butterflies, and I decided to do this with it. So I'm sure somebody's probably done something like this before. I don't think any of us really come up with anything that's totally new, but I just want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you like this butterfly flower, and I hope you try it. It really is very simple. And again, this is for Darla G's 1000 Subby Flower Challenge, and she'd like you to just show you some of the flowers that, show her some of the flowers that you've made, and do a tutorial so people can see how you do your flowers. Because even though we may all be doing the same flower, they're still in our style somehow. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope that everyone has an outstanding day. Bye-bye.